In 1948, over 41 million people physically went to English football matches, being equivalent to the price of a coffee. Today, the game claims to be bigger than ever, but we've traded 41 million working class fans on the terraces for 15 million and a global TV footprint. Did the game actually get bigger, or did it just get more expensive? I don't know what you think about that, Guy. Have you looked at the price of football today? How much? You've recently been to a match, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, I bought tickets for, the city of our birth, Brighton. Yeah. And even though I get a concession for being 66.
Have you got your gas rattle? Taking your gas rattle with you? Yeah.
I think it was just a little bit more than 50 quid.
Yeah.
So, it's not cheap, is it? For maybe they only play for about 60 minutes. So, it's £1 a minute.
It's quite expensive, isn't it? Really? And here's an interesting fact for you, because I've done a bit of research into this, because we'll go on in a minute to talk about Mr. Infantino, because obviously he wants to monetize the game if he gets his way.
I know.
But he might be out on his ears soon. But just when I was researching this, I thought I'd have a look at how much football's cost in the past. We're talking there about 1948, where they had record numbers in football matches. Like I say, it's gone from 41 million attended matches in that year to today in the Premiership, it's 15 million. So it's significantly less than it was at that particular time. But how much do you think a ticket cost in 1945?
What, in money then?
In money then, yeah.
Okay. And do you want it in pounds, shillings and pence, or do you want it in decimal?
Yes, let's do it in both. Can you do it in both?
Yeah, of course I can do it in both. I'm going to say, oh, cracking. I'm going to say 2 shillings, which is about 10p.
No, it was a shilling. Ooh. It was a shilling to get in.
So 5p.
That's 5p in today's. And of course, today, the average cost of a ticket is in the Premier League is between £60 and £77. I mean, you've got your discount because you're, what do they call them in America?
Senior.
They call them old age pension, and they call them seniors.
Seniors, right. Yeah.
And you can get there for nothing now. You've got your bus pass as well.
Well, yeah, in theory.
Yeah. So they're £60 to £77. How much do you think a ticket would be had it been inflation adjusted from a shilling in 1945?
Do you know what? I'm
now?
Never good at these, even though I've had a career in finance. I'm shocking with inflation metrics. But I'm gonna say something like £5.
£3. Oh. £3 is how much had it. So this just goes to show you how we've priced out the average man in the street, because that was a working man's game, wasn't it, in 1945? It means that the figures that I've got, modern prices have outpaced inflation by 2,000%.
Yeah.
It's huge, isn't it, really? And whilst we're on that topic of conversation, what do you think the maximum player wage was, the elite players in 1945 a week?
Well, I'm going to go for, oh my God.
Bearing in mind this article made a point of saying that most of the players in the first division in those particular days used to walk to the ground with the supporters and just go around the back to get into the changing rooms.
I'm going to say £5.
A little bit more. It was capped at £8 a week by the FA at that particular point.
Okay.
You'll know, of course, how much Erling Haaland earns a week at the moment.
I don't, but was it £500,000, something like that?
£1,000 a week.
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an astonishing.
And he's got a 9-year.
Yeah, a 9-year. Yeah. And they've done another piece of interesting. AI I was playing with another piece of interesting information here. So, the fan to player ratio in 1945. It took 160 ticket sales to fund a star player's weekly wages. So 160 turnstile turns to fund a star's weekly. How many do you think it takes now?
Oh my goodness! Can I use a calculator?
Bearing in mind, though, the difference is, of course, value of the turnstile turn or the ticket now is a lot more than it would be for just inflation based, because as we've established, it would have been £3. It's
Yeah.
inflation based, so it's not going to take as many as you maybe thought it would. Still
Okay.
significantly more than 160.
I'm going to go for 1,000 just because it's a round number.
Yeah, 9,000.
Wow.
9,000, which is quite astonishing, really, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And in 1945, national average wage was the national average wage was half of that what a footballer was getting. So they were only getting double what a
Okay.
man who was working on the buses would have got.
Okay, so what your research tells us, probably what we knew, is as a spectator, football's come more and more expensive, or almost. I wouldn't say it's out of limits to the ordinary man in the street, but it certainly takes up a lot more of his disposable income, or her disposable income.
Yeah.
Football players' wages are crazy, but the question is the spectator experience better? Is the product better? Marketing phrase, horrible phrase, but it's true. Is it better? Do we enjoy football more as a result of all this, or would we prefer to go back to those days when footballers were lowly paid and the grounds weren't very nice and there was no roofs over it and what have you?
Well, it's not an either or, is it? You might be interested to know that in the Bundesliga, pardon? How dare you?
No, it isn't an either.
It's an either or. No. In the Bundesliga, 51% of every club in the Bundesliga is owned by the fans. So they ensure that ticket prices are kept low. But if I told you that in terms of ticket price revenue in this Premiership in Britain, only 10% comes from ticket sales. The other 90% comes from merchandise and television sales.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's 10%, if I'm honest. I thought it was lower.
You'll see that they could afford, clubs effectively, to make tickets cheaper and still maintain the massive profits that they make. So a match day ticket in the German Bundesliga standing is £10.30. Now, we haven't got any standing, or not very many standing places over here, have we?
No.
But even seated, it's £26, significantly less than we pay over here, isn't it?
And from previous articles we've done, the German wage is higher anyway, isn't it? So proportionately, it's a lot less.
Yeah.
There was I don't know if you caught the photographs of the European Athletics Championships yesterday in Birmingham, and it was one of the top events, the 100 meters, and they were saying that there were 10,000 empty seats, and lo and behold, those seats that had been priced similar price actually at a sort of 20, 25 quid range at the back of the stadium were packed. Those closer to the track, and some of the prices on the home straight, like 150 quid, 80 quid. And this is for an evening game, event, work the next day and all that.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite pleased it's happened, because I think it should be a wake-up call that people haven't got this endless pot of money that they're prepared to shell out, whether it's football, whether it's athletics, cricket, take any of the major sports.
Well, I think that's the problem over here, isn't it, with the football, with the Premiership football at least. There doesn't seem to be any lack of demand for these tickets, does there?
It doesn't seem to be, no. No.
Most Premier League matches, you can't get a ticket. It's very hard to get in, isn't it? So even charging at that level, they could still fit more people in than they've got space for. Where do we go with this, though? Because we're looking at the moment in terms of Mr. Infantino. I mean, part of his scheme, wasn't it? This FFE that he was talking about was to effectively monetize more the game internationally. The FIFA Club World Cup. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, well, Chelsea won it, didn't they?
Yeah. They're talking about having that every 4 years, but having it extended to 32 clubs over a period of a month, which would be much the same as a World Cup on the off years that the European Championship and the World Cup aren't played. So that it's monetizing and monetizing and monetizing, and you just do wonder. I mean, I'm not nostalgic in the sense that I think things do have to move on, but you do wonder if we've reached the stage where players don't owe an allegiance to a club anymore. They're just purely an asset that the club can bat around, and similarly, the club don't owe an allegiance to them. It's all just money, 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 money. And you wonder, can we not just get back to some sort of equilibrium whereby the clubs value their supporters? And it doesn't seem to be that way, does it?
It doesn't feel that way, although they'd never admit that.
No.
You also see it, and I won't reference pricing, I haven't got long enough, but you also see it in the pricing of merchandise, food at the venues, drink at the venues. It's hugely overpriced. But back to FIFA, I think they've just lost their way. I think all of a sudden the objective has been to make more money. And even Trump, when he caught wind of Infantino's troubles, said, oh, it's the most profitable World Cup ever, as if that is the objective.
The be all and end all of it, yeah.
It's not, is it? Yes, it's great if FIFA can make money and distribute it to fund the sport in all countries, but particularly the underdeveloped ones. That's great. But it cannot be the objective of FIFA just to make loads and loads of money.
No.
And price ordinary fans out of the game. And even those fans who do make it there because they're so committed, and you could say, well, they could afford it. Yeah, but at what cost? You know, how much does it cost them? What bank loans have they taken? Is it sensible? I just think it's lost its way. And I do hope that, is it March, the elections? You know,
if he lasts that long,
if he lasts that long, I do hope that if he's replaced, the new president can preside. First of all, be normal, as I said previously, but preside over, you know, a policy and a strategy that does it for the fans.
No, I agree with you. I can't say I'm all that hopeful. I think money seems to dictate everything now, and football is just a symptom of that. And I think we're heading down I mean, to be brutally frank, for all the indignation from UEFA, and I do like the way they've gone about this, to be quite honest, rather than lily-livered and complaining. They've actually put something tangible on the line. They're no innocents when it comes to making money out of competitions, are they? So we ought to take, to a certain extent, what they're doing with a pinch of salt. And there is this big argument between FIFA and UEFA, and has been for quite a while. But I think where this comes to a head is the fact that he just comes across as a fairly objectionable individual, doesn't he, Infantino? And it's his collusion, or what appears to be collusion, with the Trump family that has just put the cap on that.
100%.